Welcome back to Lobby Banter. This is episode 4.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're glad to be back.
Yeah.
We did take like a 2-week hiatus. That is my fault. I was very sick last
There's
week.
been a lot going on. Trevor's done a ton of work for this, and I appreciate everything he does. This January's real tough business-wise, so I'm trying to spend all my time getting stuff done, and then snow days and sick days and just a lot going on. But yeah, we're back recording now. So yeah, we
February 1st.
February 1st. Yeah, our goal is to get into a good rhythm and just record once a week, post once a week, maybe get one in the bag just to have it in case we have another down. We're just planning ahead, you know.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure it out. I mean, our goal is to try to be every week because news comes out every week, and that's going to be the biggest topic today. Is just a ton of releases, ton of stuff going on.
2 weeks of news today.
At least 2 weeks of news. So locally, theaters they're starving. You know, nothing's going well in the theater business.
We had Wizard of Oz.
Okay, we did well. It did good.
Did super well.
It did well. Okay,
It
yeah.
did super well.
It definitely, we had a huge crowd for one of the shows, which was nice. They brought back the 85th anniversary of it. I've noticed in January and February the box office is light. There's a lot of movies out there, but as far as for theatrical release that we would do well with, that people know about, it's few and far between. And the one that I didn't get was Beekeeper. Have you heard about that at all?
Yes.
I want to go see it now because I love those types of movies, but in here they haven't worked well. The Expendables did terrible, so I really assumed that this would do just as bad. But apparently it's a solid film. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have loved it. They said they've enjoyed it. So that is on my list to catch at some point in time. We didn't get it, of course, but now it's like okay. Wonka and Migration are running their tail ends, you know. So we got a couple old school movies coming up for February, and Valentine's Day is like the next big thing for the movies. We got Madam Web coming out, we have the Bob Marley movie coming out. There's a couple other. I think those are the main 2 that are going to be the box office hits. Mm-hmm. We're bringing back Casablanca in the theater here, but yeah, let's go over Valentine's Day week. We have Madam Web. Trailer just dropped for that a couple weeks ago. I thought, well, kind of late, right?
Really late. Like I think it dropped towards the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
so
it's only a 2-month lead, and I'm not that bleeding at all.
And it looks okay. I like the costume designs.
Okay.
I believe it's set in 2003. So it's,
now go over how is this connected with current Marvel universe?
So
is Madam Web in any of the stuff?
I believe it's in its own standalone universe, but it might be set in the Venom universe too. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I thought I read too. So it could possibly be in there.
I have no idea yet.
Okay.
I haven't really done much research into it.
Okay,
but I'll probably see it. Like I'll have a night in LA to kill. So
there you go. Yeah. Trevor's going to LA at some point. When is it again? Valentine's Day.
I leave Valentine's Day. Yes.
Now, where are you going to get there again?
I'm going there for Pokemon Go.
Of course.
I'm a big Pokemon Go player. I do content for it and whatnot, and I tag along and help out other YouTubers. So.
Nice. He's definitely a hardcore Pokemon. Now, do you have any? Oh, let's get off topic here. Pal World. What's going on with that?
Okay.
How are you? For such a Pokemon, I'm surprised we haven't talked about this yet.
I think Pal World is awesome.
Yeah, okay. You're playing it?
I haven't played it.
Oh,
I've been watching a bunch of stuff. I've been playing other games, and I've been worried that if I install Pal World,
you're not gonna play this.
I won't.
So
play
Pal
any
World,
other
just a quick note here. Pal World is a newer game that came out a couple weeks ago. That's shot. I don't know. Was it a couple weeks ago? Or I don't even know. I just know that in the past weeks,
2 weeks ago,
it shot to the top of the list, beating all kinds of records for gameplay and whatnot. And it was a cheap indie developed thing. But some people are saying it's a Pokemon clone, or it could be an AI Pokemon.
It definitely is a Pokemon clone. It's the
in
first
Battle Royale, or it's kind
of not really. But pretty much, it's like Pokemon in the fact that you go around and you catch pals that look similar to some Pokemon. So the fact of the matter is that these people, they spent $15 million developing the game. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it, and they have one of the biggest games of all time, technically,
already.
Off of just sheer amount of player numbers at one certain time. And then you look at Game Freak, who develops the Pokemon games. And within a week, this game made more money than the last Pokemon game did.
Yeah. So
it's so much better. I didn't even finish the last Pokemon game. I'm a big Pokemon fan. Yeah. And so now Nintendo, hopefully this whole Pal World thing will force Nintendo to
step their game up.
Step up their
and
game.
Put money in,
and put money. put more money into it and really make a good Pokemon game, because we haven't had a good Pokemon game in like 10 years.
Nice, yeah. So Trevor's going to LA, basically.
I'm going to LA. It's going to be fun. I'm going with like 7 of my friends, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's good. So
we might miss a week.
Nah, we won't. We'll put one in. We're really going to try to stay committed to once a week, because we want to grow with this, and here's where we're starting, and enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my big news of the week, I'd say, is the Ghostbusters trailer finally.
Ghostbusters trailer,
yeah,
yes.
I enjoyed it. I thought they're going the right place with it. Slimer's back finally.
Yeah. It looks dark.
It does look dark, and it's the hell freezes over. They said, so it's going to be interesting. Seeing the old warehouse, seeing the old fire station looks great.
Yeah. Yep.
And what's his? Paul Rudd was in the last one too, right?
He was.
I love him.
He's fantastic.
It's always fun to see him on stage, and he plays the same character, the goofy dad.
Yeah.
But I love him because I feel like that's what I want to. I think maybe that's why I love Paul Rudd so much. Is like I want to be Paul Rudd. I want to look young forever.
You gotta lose like 4 inches.
Yeah,
you gotta shrink a little.
I gotta lose 100 pounds in 4 inches. Maybe then. But no, he has it all. I mean, Bill Murray's back. I now that they're in New York, I wonder. Now we saw some of the statues coming to life that was reminiscent of number 2, but it's like you see this. We're seeing who knows what kind of other ghosts are going to come back. You're already seeing the main the mayor at the time.
Yep.
I remember he was back in there again yelling at them about Ghostbusters. So seeing a couple flashbacks would be fun too. So
yes.
I mean, it's gonna do well, and like I think this for us is gonna do well. I think if we keep pushing it.
Oh yeah, Ghostbusters has done well for us every time we
brought it in. So I mean, it's exciting. And I'm glad they're doing it because it feels like it's. I'm always up for the next adventure with Ghostbusters, and I think maybe this is a call to TV shows where. TV shows started, instead of saying, hey, we're not going to do a TV show, we're just going to do a movie every episode, So you get used to the fact of seeing, whether it's Sopranos, Breaking Bad, this high quality content, basically film in an hour, 2 hours, and then next week you get another one, And I think some of the movies are learning that, like, hey, we don't have to just stop. We can create this content and just keep it going.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Ghostbusters does. I'm not against it. But it's Frozen Empire. It looks fun. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah, definitely. And that'll lead us into our next bit of news.
Okay.
Tron 3.
Tron 3. Wow.
Yes.
I think I saw the original Tron when I was a kid. I didn't see the newer one. Although I saw clips of it.
Yeah.
But Tron is old school.
Tron's old school, but it
is it with who did the last one? I want to say Jeff Bridges, but no, I think it's Daniel Bridges. No, Jeff Bridges.
Let's see. Tron 2.
So it has a big following. I don't know how well the previous one did, but Tron 3, I didn't even know.
By Joseph Kosinski.
Kosinski, no.
That's.
I mean, it's had a following for a while. What did you think of it?
I never watched them.
Have you seen any of them?
I haven't. I started to watch the first one a long time ago, and I wasn't interested by it.
I'm fairly certain.
Like when I was like 10.
Isn't it? I'm fairly certain it's where he gets shrunk down into a computer
game,
and then there's yeah. It's kind of fun. Where it's very nostalgia for sure, and everybody the Tron cycles is what it's all about, and the fast forward cycles and zipping in the lines. Yeah.
Everyone knows.
You have to have that scene.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean that'll be fun. What else we got?
Tron 3, and then also new Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, yes. Is that confirmed, or are they going series? I thought.
So, a new Jurassic World movie is in the works.
Okay.
All right, and then the Jurassic Park screenwriter David Coop will write the script to introduce the new Jurassic era.
Okay, so they're redoing the whole thing then.
Maybe, or they're just adding on to the story that they had from this past trilogy.
Did you watch all those?
I haven't seen a single Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, from the beginning. That'll be on the list then, for sure.
Yeah, we gotta watch that.
Jurassic Park's got to go on the list for you. The first one was... it's pretty highly rated. It's almost like Back to the Future, like that classic,
I know.
It's
done. It's one of the best movies of all time.
And I remember being... as a kid, I don't think you were alive when it came out, but as a kid, it was a big deal. I mean... Yeah, hearing about it, seeing it, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I don't think any movie has captured it with dinosaurs yet, honestly. There's been good ones. I'm sure the new ones are wonderful, but for that first time, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But honestly, that movie did better when I went back. For us and nationwide, it did much better than I thought it did. It was like top 5 last year, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
huge following.
Yeah.
Huge following. Everyone Everyone and their mom wants to go see.
And it's PG-13 or PG, so the kids can come, and it's PG-13 where you don't have to explain everything that's going on, and it's it works out well. So that'd be good. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a time and date on that or no?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Then Paramount and Skydance are now discussing a potential merger.
Yeah, that's been going on. There's a lot of studio news, which is I didn't think it was a big deal back in the day, but now it's like, wait a minute, like what does that mean for content? Are some studios is Apple TV gonna buy up Paramount and then bring all their content solely to their platform? Do the movie division get kicked out, or there's going to be no more movies in theaters from Paramount? Or there's a lot that can happen there. I feel that people don't realize that where we get our content from is everywhere. In certain places only put content, and for theaters that's harder now. That's dying because they can easily put on their streaming, and do well, or they can put a bunch of marketing, which is what you're seeing with Argyle comes out this weekend.
Yep.
So that we tried to get it. We didn't want it. Tried to get it. They wanted 3 weeks. We said no. Then I looked again, said yes. Then they wouldn't give it to us at that point. But I don't think the Rotten Tomatoes have been terrible on it.
Been horrible, and it doesn't really have a following online. Not many people are really excited. It's been under the books because trailer just came out for it.
Yeah, well, I think that's why it was an Apple. Apple TV. Back to Apple TV. Apple TV. They paid $200 million for what was it? For Kills of the Flower Moon.
Okay,
that's much it cost. And Argyle cost like $200 million. It has a huge budget, and I think their goal is we don't care. We're just going to go to the Apple TV and bring in subscribers that way. But still, I felt like the unnecessary budget for. Beekeeper was only like a $40 million budget, I think. So it's like, why are they spending all this money? I know Henry Cavill is a star, but you got to figure out something, especially with this type of return. I think that's maybe this is the reason why they want to guarantee 3 weeks from me. Now that
no, we're talking about it.
Now that I'm talking about it, they I don't get many guaranteed 3 weeks. Usually they say, hey, we want if it's a new Disney animated, they say guaranteed 3 weeks, but we know it's going to do well for the most part because it's Disney.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not necessarily true now, but back in the day, it was Disney was going to do well. But a movie like this, I was like, wait, it's Apple TV. Like, they want guaranteed 3 weeks instead of the normal 2, Sometimes I beg just for 1 week, but the studios want 2 weeks in the theaters, at least minimum, for independence at least. And they wanted 3 weeks, but now, because they knew that the ratings, the pre-ratings weren't good on it, and now they know that they're going to be stuck with it. So a lot of people, I would have dropped it after 2 weeks probably.
Yeah.
I would have had to held it. Would have sold maybe 20 more tickets, but they'll take it, So I guess I dodged that one. But gotcha. And it looks good. It's from this. I haven't seen it from the same group that does it's like the English spy group almost basically.
Okay.
They're from the same category there, so I'm wondering why it didn't do well. So, but Argyle will not be playing here. Sadly.
Yeah. Up next, Bob the Builder movie.
All right. I think we talked about this before.
I don't think so. No, a brand new Bob the Builder animated movie is in the works.
Okay.
All right, and it will follow Bob, who travels to Puerto Rico for a major construction job.
Does he meet Dora there?
I have no idea.
Is that what they're doing? It's the Bob the Builder multiverse?
Yeah.
Bob the Builder meets Dora the Explorer meets Teletubbies?
Yeah.
They all come together?
Yeah, but he goes to Puerto Rico for a major construction job and digs deeper into what it means to build.
What?
Yep.
You know what? It'll sell tickets.
It will.
It'll sell tickets.
Sell tickets.
If they're looking at it going, hey, if they can make a Mario movie, we can make a Bob the Builder movie. And exactly. They're right. Yes. All you need is a good writer to explore that territory. Try to grow from there. There's enough people have heard of Bob the Builder, and is it okay? Wait, is this going to be like one of the Winnie the Pooh wants blood type movie? It's not like one of those.
I don't believe so.
No, because that's I like the Mickey Mouse one recently.
Yes. Yep. Steamboat Willie.
The serial killer Steamboat Willie. Yeah, I think it'll work. Bob the Builder, sure.
Yes. Up next, Pharrell Williams is releasing a movie about his life presented in Lego animation.
I saw that.
That's coming out this October.
So it's gonna, instead of a Lego Batman, it's October.
It's October, okay. October 11th, early October.
Okay, so instead of Lego Batman or Lego Superman or just going any Lego,
yeah,
they're going. Pharrell's biopic is in a Lego movie.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Mm-hmm. Full feature too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Theaters October 11th.
Yeah.
So...
Man.
It'll be interesting. I love his music. Some of his music's great.
Yeah.
So...
It's, I know he's a good dancer too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good dancer, star power. Had a lot of star power. Still does. I think this is Taylor Swift's fault. I mean, Taylor Swift started this, and then Beyonce. I think she had a pretty good run. It wasn't terrible, I thought, for what she filmed it for. They made money on that.
Yep.
And then so I can definitely see why not Pharrell try something. And it's completely different than what anybody's done before. Who has a biopic Lego? I mean,
exactly.
Now I wonder if they partnered with Lego. They had to partner with Lego of some sort.
Probably.
It's such a weird relationship.
Yeah. Like Lego's partnering with everything now. This Pharrell Williams and Fortnite.
Oh yeah, I mean, Fortnite partners with everything. So yeah. But I mean, yeah, it'll be fun. I guess it's who are they making it for? Are they making it for the guys who followed Pharrell for 30 years? Are they making it for kids to kind of introduce them to Pharrell?
I think it's going to be everything because
or is it like another?
I definitely see like kids wanting to go see it because it's Lego.
Yeah, I mean that's
and then parents want to especially moms or people my age wanting to go see it because he made songs that we love. He made songs that moms like to listen to.
Yeah, I think that it'll do well. I think that. Exactly like you said, it's not gonna be something common. It's gonna be an event again. Just like Barbie was Barbie was an event. And if they come in from that perspective as this, hey, this is an event, it'll do well. Just like Taylor Swift was an event. Beyond like they're getting good about that. I mean, and this is it's interesting because I mean like the dynamics are shifting in movies, like we've gone away from comedies, away from rom-coms, and now we're shifting this weird era of like just random.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 3 years ago, who would have thought a Barbie movie would have been the number one movie? Or one of the number ones last year. I think it was number one, right? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, who would have thought, Barbie's going to be the best movie? Like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. It's going to be whatever Marvel movie is playing, that's going to be the number one.
Yeah.
And now we're at this point where Barbie and Oppenheimer, crazy, crazy. So... That could be the biggest movie of the year. This year?
Yeah.
It could be we don't know. It could be the biggest movie of the year. We have no clue. Because honestly, I don't see anything.
Lego movies were huge. I think Deadpool 3.
Okay, yeah. Let's run down for this year. We'll give a little pre-show for this year of what we think is going to do the best.
I think Deadpool 3 is going to be the best.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman and a bunch of EPs on the movie and a bunch. They were all saying that this is the one. Yeah, this is going to revive the MCU.
This is the one they're saying.
So I'm super excited.
That's
I love
cool.
the Deadpool movies.
Let's do a big opening night then. Let's try to plan a big opening night for Deadpool. Get a bunch. Let's fill the theater because that's the environment we want to build for. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think you're right. I think from what I've read about it. And just how they're keeping a lot under wraps too.
They are.
Yeah, a lot under wraps.
Deadpool will be the trailer's coming out Super Bowl.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's huge. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That'll be huge.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
What I think comes out in May, right?
Yeah, it's pretty soon. Yeah. So that's. I think that'll probably be the number one.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Lego Pharrell, I don't know.
Yeah, we have to think Lego now.
Well, and it's
or Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice too.
I think it'll do. Okay, now this we're talking about it's titled Beetlejuice, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I hope so, but it's coming. September's like the worst month in movie theaters, and it's coming out the beginning of September, which is great for movie theaters because we're gonna have something playing. But I wonder if they would have done better around Halloween. I wonder if they, I think Beetlejuice is going to be a solid movie, maybe Ghostbusters level success, and I think people are going to come out for it. And honestly, if I do a double feature, or if they work that route too, I think it's got a lot of pull. I don't think it'll make top 10, honestly, or maybe top 10.
I think it'll make top 10, maybe not top 5.
Look up the Beetlejuice, what it did for that year. If it was number one for the year, because I want to say it was. I don't even know if it was top 5 back then. Because I thought it was kind of
$74.7 million.
Okay.
Overall.
What year was it? Beetlejuice.
1988, and the 10th highest grossing film of 1980.
Yeah. So I think it kind of broke. I think it's more of a cult classic. So it's interesting to see how a remake of a cult classic does.
Think about all the star power.
No, yeah, 100%. It's Michael Keaton's back as Beetlejuice. I'm in. I love Michael Keaton.
Jenna Ortega, like that.
Yeah, that's the big one. I saw that.
Huge one.
I saw that.
I like Jenna Ortega off of the Wednesday show got skyrocketed. Like I've known Jenna Ortega since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. I don't know.
She used to have a Disney
show
or a Nickelodeon show that I used to watch all the time.
Nice.
But
no, she's gonna pull in that young crowd.
Yep.
You're gonna get a ton of nostalgia from the millennials and the older crowd. Michael Keaton. I think it's gonna do very well. Now that I forgot about Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And it's the same cast. That and Catherine O'Hara. She was huge in the show she just got done doing. Schmitz, the Schmitz. My wife and friends love it. I can't think of her now, but
yeah.
it's Catherine, but it's Catherine O'Hara. She's been around forever.
Of course, yeah.
You know. So I mean, huge star power. It's gonna
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. There we go. Not Schmitz. Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Wonderful show. I've heard.
I've heard really good things. But, yeah.
I think
Beetlejuice is going to be. I think it's going to be top 5 for this.
Really?
I think it's going to range between 10 and 3.
So we have. Let's go. We have Godzilla Kong. We'll do
GXK top. I think we'll rank
top
9 this year.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we'll rank 9.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I think that'll rank 7.
7. They're saying Dune 2 is going to rank number 1. I've heard that too.
I believe Dune 2 will be top 3.
Top 3.
Top
Dune
3,
2,
definitely.
top 3. Inside Out, is it going to pull?
Inside Out, top 3.
Oh, I think here.
No, top 3.
I think I might change my number 1 here. Let's get to it though. Kung Fu Panda 4, no.
Kung Fu Panda 4, I think it's going to be top 5.
Nah, I don't think it'll be top 10. I think
5 or 4.
I think top movie of the year, top 1 or 2 is going to be Despicable Me 4.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Despicable
Me 4 is going to be top movie.
They are on a roll right now. Well,
yes.
I guess Migration flop for Illumination, but with Mario, and now if we get a Mario cameo in Despicable Me 4, how sweet would that be? Seriously, we could get a or at least a little, pop in there. But I think that is going to be huge. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it'll beat Deadpool 3 or Dune 2, but that's going to be top 5 at least in the year. Mm-hmm. What else do we have coming out now that I think about it? Venom will do okay. Venom. You have a couple of standard ones. Halloween, a couple of Halloween movies. Smile 2 is coming out, I believe.
Terrorizer 3.
Terrorizer 3.
Is Wicked coming out?
That is the one for Christmas.
I think
Christmas. Right. Christmas time is
Sonic
Wicked
3 and Sonic 3. So Sonic 3 news. I don't know if
Jim Carrey. You don't know if you're allowed to tell.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this.
Why not?
Because
everything inside scoop right here.
Everything has been gotten taken down. There were 2 scenes that were leaked.
Really?
Okay. And I got the news.
Hold on, stop right. Just so everybody knows, I think Trevor has a secret life as a hacker on the internet, and has all these different things that he does and finds stuff out, and then just that's my hunch right now.
But there is one scene from the Knuckles show that got leaked, and then there is one scene
from the Knuckles.
Then there's one scene from the Sonic 3 movie with, you have no idea what this is, but Super Shadow pretty much time travels with Eggman and his henchman guy on the Death Egg, and they time travel through time. I don't know back or forth, but I don't know. But it's
so wait. So Knuckles,
that's the only thing.
There's a cartoon Knuckles 3 or Knuckles.
There is a live action Knuckles show coming out on Paramount at some point.
Oh, so they're going to tie him in then.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. That's smart of them. Why? Yeah. I mean, they're taking hints from Marvel there.
Yeah.
Saying, hey,
the Super Bowl ad for Paramount came out already.
Oh, what is it for Sonic 3?
Well, no, it's just the Paramount Plus ad.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much they're talking about throwing Arnold like a football, and then Knuckles shows up, and there's a bunch of different characters.
Nice.
But yeah, so they're promoting the Knuckles show.
Throwing Arnold?
Yeah.
Arnold who?
Like the animated, the kids show.
Hey Arnold? Hey Arnold?
Arnold? Yeah, so one of the quarterbacks can't throw a grapple hook up on top of a mountain. He says he can only throw a football, so then Patrick Stewart is like, hey, his head looks like a football, throw him. All right, and then he says no.
Is this out?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay, send it to me later.
All right.
Hey,
yeah.
This sounds great.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That sounds great.
I
mean, Wicked is another one, big one I think that'll do well. I don't know. I don't think it'll be top 5, top 10. Mm-hmm. And I think there's 1 or 2 more in November, December that have some big hitting abilities. I can't think right now. Let me look it up real quick, though. Is there any other one that you see in the near future that could do anything? I mean,
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me
4. Right.
Inside Out. The way you've been talking about Inside Out. I think Furiosa might do okay, but
I don't think so.
I think that's a little bit more neat.
I definitely think. Okay, now that you're saying that, Despicable Me 4 has number 1 this year.
I think it does.
I think Deadpool and Inside Out are fighting for the 2 and 3 slot.
Okay.
And then I think 4 is going to be Kung Fu Panda or Sonic.
Okay. We're also missing one. The big one we're missing here is Gladiator 2.
Gladiator, see?
But you look at, if you find how well Oppenheimer did, that'd be the same kind of crowd as Gladiator 2, most likely.
I don't think Gladiator 2 is going to do all that good. I don't. It hasn't aged well. A lot of people don't enjoy it much anymore.
We also have Mufasa.
Okay. I've never seen Lion King. Any of them.
Okay. There's a big following.
Yes.
Huge following.
Yeah.
It is Disney, but I've heard. I think I read something that they're doing this one right.
Okay.
And they feel like this is gonna help them come back.
Hit.
I think so. But we also have the new Karate Kid as well this year too.
Yes.
That's another news we forgot about. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are teaming up for Karate Kid Part 5.
I think so.
It's untitled.
Like yeah.
And I think they even got Jaden Smith in there. I'm not 100% sure. No joke.
Really?
Possibly. You know what? Did you know there was also a female Karate Kid movie?
Yes.
At one point. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a world there, and it'll do well. I'll probably have it because Cobra Kai was such a huge hit.
Of course.
Yeah. But we also have the Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings at the end of the year, though.
At the end of the year, I don't think it'll. I mean, they still.
It'll pull.
They still
it'll
count.
Be huge, but yeah.
I mean, otherwise, besides what we've said so far, I think we're pretty accurate of what we're gonna get there. I think.
I think we should have. I think next week we should have a list of what we think. I think.
Yeah, let's make a prediction.
We'll make a prediction list and we'll put that out next week. All right.
Incredibles 3 maybe September is what they're saying. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
Saw 11.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, there's really not. I think we're right on it right there. Oh, yeah. You know what? There's another one that is could break out potentially. Twisters. No.
No idea.
Twister was a huge movie back in the day. Huge. Okay. And it was yeah, I think if you get some steam behind it, that can move too.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Next up on the news, Dolly Parton confirmed Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a reboot.
Dolly Parton?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Dolly Parton confirmed?
Yep.
That Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a reboot?
Yes.
As a movie or TV show?
I believe it's getting a reboot.
Okay, so it could be a movie too.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but my in-laws swear by it. Have you seen Buffy the Vampire?
I have not seen it, but I know a lot of people that swear
wonderful.
by it.
I mean, that's on my list at some point to watch, and I heard that it just gets better and better and better, and just really well done. And usually when my in-laws tell me to watch a series, like they're pretty on the ball with what's good and what's not good. So that'd be interesting.
Dogman animated movie. It is like Captain Underpants.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from that same author. Pretty much like same kind of storyline. This police officer and his dog get injured on the job, and then there's a surgery, and they get morphed into one. So he's a dog man and he's a cop. So that is set to come out January 31st, 2025.
Okay.
Yes.
Dogman.
Dogman. All right. And the books were huge when I was a kid.
Were they? Okay,
they were
that
huge
that
when I
means
was a
something.
kid.
So Dogman books?
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be
Captain
huge.
Underpants, Dogman, all that. That's yeah.
Captain Underpants. I mean, we did it's a few kids books that we've had that really brought in a lot of kids for. I'm trying to think of which one specifically. I know one did okay and one did better, but anything else you got news-wise?
So
Dogman 2024.
We have got
2025.
Our Supergirl for James Gunn's new DC universe.
Yeah, who is it again?
Millie Alcock. Or Alcock.
Where was she from?
She is in The House of Dragon.
Okay.
Upright, The Familiars, The School, Pine Gap.
Now, is it Supergirl? Is it a separate movie, or is it just in the Super? Is it?
I believe that she's going to get her own movie.
Okay.
I do not know. Oh yeah, she is. She's going to get her own movie and then tie in.
Okay.
Which will be really nice. It'll be really nice to see a big screen Supergirl from like the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's where DC's always problem is. I mean, because Iron Man was made for how many millions? 30, 40 million?
Mm-hmm.
The first Iron Man? And the first Marvel movies, the budgets were probably under 100.
Yeah.
You know, and they built over time, and they built the world slowly. You know, you can't just have $200 million movies just coming out, and, you know. That's good, so this will give them time to grow. Because I think the next Superman is going to be... It's Superman, I think. So I think people are saying, what are they doing with it? People are going to come out just to see what's going on.
The biggest issue with Superman every time is getting... You have this godlike being. How do you put him into your universe so that he isn't the most powerful person in your movie universe or in your comic or in your game?
Yeah.
And you also have to balance out, how do you make sure that he doesn't have way too many weaknesses to where just a normal person can kill him or hurt him? So Superman's always such a super tough one to put in. So I'm excited to see what James Gunn will do with Superman and Supergirl. Like, they have the exact same powers and everything. So
yeah,
I'm assuming we'll see them fight at some point. They always clash in the comics.
Okay.
Not always, but a bunch of times they do. So yeah.
No, Supergirl's also made an appearance in the Flash too.
She
right?
also made an appearance in the Flash.
Yeah, different Supergirl.
Different Supergirl.
Yeah. Her role was one of my favorite parts of the Flash.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah,
I think the Flash got a much worse rap than it deserves.
The only reason why I think it deserves the hate is because of how bad the CGI was and how bad the story was. Other than that, the fights were cool. The story was cool, but it was just bad.
Yeah.
It was bland. You could see what was going to happen.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than others, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's nostalgia for me. It was a little chaotic, and the story was all over the place. But watching it piece by piece by piece, I like the movement of it. The ending was rough. But we don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, that universe is over.
No, we're done. Bye.
Kaput.
See ya. Adios.
Yep. So, other news. First trailer for Guy Ritchie's The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yes, I loved it. Did you watch it all?
Yes, I did. I watched it.
It looked great. Guy Ritchie's an old school British director. Not old. She's old school now, but he's done a ton of old flicks that just have that grit to them, you know. And I think this one has a good balance of it. Henry Cavill looks like a psychopath.
Yes,
which is going to be fun to watch. I think. Yeah.
It's definitely giving me kind of Kingsman vibes.
That's the series earlier I was talking about. Kingsman, Argyle and Kingsman, it's the same. It feels like the same universe.
The same.
Yeah.
All right. I definitely think Henry Cavill fits into that very well.
Do you? Yeah.
Like he definitely looks like the kind of like a run and gun kind of.
He looks psycho.
He does.
I think he is in this one.
Yeah.
So
it's, I'm excited.
The plot is they need the secret.
It's based off a true story.
Is it a group of secret agents that come in and go into Nazi territory? Right.
Yep. It's pretty much. I believe it's the first ever special ops team used ever in war.
I think that's what they said.
So it's their story about how they brought him in after I think he was dishonorably discharged.
Yeah, they had
something, and then he got a bunch of criminals to be on his team, and they went in and messed stuff up in Germany during World War II.
It looks fun. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that, but I think that looks like a fun, especially it's, what I miss though, and maybe this is me just being old. But they used to make movies that had a good balance of action like that, and then thriller story time, through thriller and story. Because, like back in the day, like that movie is a guy's movie. No, not many women are gonna want to watch. Some women will, but it's gonna lean heavy male. But I feel like an old movie like True Lies. Have you seen that? Where it's the female audience will enjoy that much more than they would this type of movie. Yeah. There's more story to it. There's more elements to it to where you can feel like, okay, we're going to go together and watch this movie as opposed to, hey, you're going with your guys. It feels like we're very divided on a lot of movies.
Yes, yeah.
It's like we have Mean Girls and then we have Beekeeper. Pick your one and go, Yeah. And I think that happens. I would like to see more movies that just bring over a good story. I mean, I think that's why Top Gun did so well this year, because it was just a great overall story for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited to see the Guy Ritchie. The Guy Ritchie, yeah.
Definitely. So
who else is starring in that? It's Henry Cavill, I know.
I
didn't see any other big star power besides him, if I remember right.
Ministry of Isa Gonzalez, Alan Richson. He just got off of the Reacher.
Reacher
show. Yes.
He's also doing a movie called Ordinary Angels right now that I'm trying to get. Can't get it. And then he also did one 2 months ago. So he is on fire right now. And I think this is going to be big for him. That's what I forgot. I forgot about him in the trailer.
Carrie Elwes. Yeah. Elwes. I don't know his name. I'm sorry.
I want to hurt you.
I know.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I know.
Who?
He's from I'm blanking. My favorite movie of all time.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, yes.
It's also from Robin Hood Men in Tights, too.
Yes.
Yep. And he's been working. He's been working a lot lately. So
he has been.
I think that's going to be a fun role for him, too.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah,
it's got star power. I think that's going to do well.
I think it'll do really good, yeah. Up next, a movie coming out around Christmas time, I believe, called Carry On. It's starring Taron Egerton, who is the kid from Kingsman, and then Jason Bateman.
Okay.
It's a film that follows a TSA agent, Taron Egerton, who must battle a mysterious passenger trying to sneak a dangerous package onto a flight on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I saw something about this. Carry On, it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think that'll maybe pull a little bit. That'll be, I believe, beginning of December.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
It might be cool. It might be PG-13. It might be R. It definitely sounds
definitely interesting.
Terrorist.
You know, there's a lot of movies that people don't know about too. Mm-hmm. You know, there's moviegoers are all over the place. There's people come just for the kids movies, come just for the Marvel movies, just come for the action movies. But throughout the year, there's so many little films that do so well too. You know, we're getting one next week, Poor Things.
Yep.
Won awards, Emma Stone. So I'm excited. I think it's like an Emma Stone Frankenstein type.
Yeah.
With Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
I don't know how we'll do here, but it's a good film. We also got one that could kind of get iffy on us is Civil War.
Civil War. Well,
yeah, A24 Civil War. It might be such a controversial movie that people have to go see it.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I think like Sound of Freedom. I don't know if Sound of Freedom was controversial. People from what I read, obviously people felt it was controversial, but I heard overall that it wasn't as bad as people said it was.
Okay.
You know, I think they didn't like some of the ways it was done, but it's by the same directors did that, and it's excuse me, it's actually directed by somebody else, but same studio.
Okay.
A24, I think. No, it's A24. Why am I linking this with Sound of Freedom? I'm just thinking it could be that similar type vibe where you have in the upcoming movie Civil War, it's Texas and California form a union and declare war on the rest of the United States.
Yep.
And then there's also some rebel patches somewhere as well throughout the southeast, I think. It's got a few stars in it. It's got is it Julia Roberts or no?
Let's see. Jesse
Plemons from Breaking Bad fame. He's also from Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yep.
So I mean,
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Sorry, yep. Julia Roberts. Jeez.
Nick Offerman.
Yes, Nick Offerman.
Yes, he's hysterical.
Yeah, funny story. When I was in college, one of my professors was friends with him.
Oh.
Him and his wife.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if my professor taught him how to use woodshop or vice versa, but he worked with him, you know, built beds and stuff like that for a bit.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And you know Megan Mullally. Have you ever seen Will and Grace?
I have not.
Okay, so she's a famous star from there. You've seen her on she's also Parks and Rec.
Okay, yeah.
She was Pam, one of the Pam. She was one of the, I don't remember, was it Pammy or Tammy?
I have no idea.
His wife, his crazy psycho wife.
Okay.
Played in real life, and it's his real wife.
Nice.
But no, he's always fun.
Yeah.
So him, Kirsten Dunst, and it's. I think it could be. People got to see it.
Yeah.
They got to see what's going on. Where does it end? You know, because it's going to be very political for sure. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
It could break out.
I think it could.
Yeah.
It's A24. A24 has a bunch of hype behind them right now.
They do, but I was looking at they don't have a lot of I mean everything ever all at once. They get a lot of awards, but nothing that broke out yet. And this is actually their biggest budget too. Yeah. I think it's at $42 million or something like that.
Once they get The Rock in a movie, that'll be their big breakout.
Well, yeah, I forgot. Yes. You're right.
We talked about that in the last episode. We talked about that in the last episode. Yeah, that's why I'm remembering.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yes.
He's with A24, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be their big one. their budget's going to be big for that one.
Of course. Yeah. So up next, Tim Burton is set to direct a remake of the classic 1958 Attack of the 50-Foot Woman movie.
Yes. I have never seen this movie, but I've heard of it.
Me either.
I've heard of it. It's Tim Burton. Yeah,
it's Tim Burton. It's going to be a crazy, kooky movie.
If you would have told me what the movie was and then who would be a good director, I would have said, "Hey, Tim Burton probably do it." You know? Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be cool. Gillian Flynn is writing the script. She's wrote 3 movies.
Wait, what's she written?
She's Gone Girl.
Oh,
Dark Places. And Widows. Sorry,
I think Gone Girl was huge.
Gone Girl was huge.
Was it yeah, I didn't see that, but I know it was big. So that's huge.
She wrote the book for Gone Girl. She wrote the book for Gone Girl. She wrote Sharp Objects, Dark Places, All Grown Up. Yeah, she's a writer.
Nice.
She writes. So hopefully it'll be good.
That's usually what they do.
Yeah.
She's a writer and she writes. Yeah. No, really, Trevor. Yes. I couldn't imagine. I didn't think that writers write. But that's important, though. I mean, writing is, I think...
Writers make it. Writers and directors, if they can get along and they can get...
Yeah. I would almost
it'll be great.
I would almost say even a badly directed film can be saved by good writing.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if you don't have the good writing, I don't think it's there. Yep. And that's what you see a lot of times with these movies where... You're watching, oh man, this would be great, but it's just something's off. They hit a few missteps here and there. Okay.
Definitely. Quentin Tarantino's final movie?
Yes, the critic.
The movie critic.
Somebody was just casted in that.
Brad Pitt?
Of course, it was Brad Pitt.
Of course it's Brad Pitt.
I haven't seen the most recent Tarantino because I want to watch it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yes. I've seen just about all his other stuff though. I've seen all the Kill Bills, I've seen Jackie Brown, I've seen Pulp Fiction, of course. One of my ones I like was Hateful. Was it Hateful Eight? No.
The Ungrateful.
No, it's Ungrateful Eight. I think you're close to that, but it's. I want to say it's Hateful Eight, but I get it mixed up with the Chris. There's like 3 or 4 movies that came out all around the same time. They're very similar premises like that.
Yeah.
The Hateful Eight, and then there's.
He did Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds, yeah. So I mean,
did Django Unchained.
Yeah, that was I mean, so it's
the Hateful Eight. He did the Hateful Eight.
Okay, it is called the Hateful Eight.
Yes. So
I mean, he's done. It's exciting, having his work out there, and it's also sad though. This is the last film.
Yeah.
He said before that he wants to end on a high note, and he thinks 10 films is what a filmmaker should do, and that's where he said, that's where I'm going. I want to do 10, and that's it. But he's also going to go into TV.
Of course.
Have you heard of that?
I have not.
He mentioned somewhere that if somebody came up with a good series that he can see, and he would be great in a series.
I think so too.
Having a Tarantino, having a 1-hour Tarantino episode once a week. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Great.
I think he would really do good because think about Pulp Fiction. He loves intertwining stories and all that, and he would be able to do that super well with a TV show.
He is phenomenal at that, and he's got a system in place, and he just runs through his system, and it works. And he cares about the details, and he knows the details, and he pulls references from all types. His movie knowledge is off the charts. I think he actually has a podcast he used to work at a VHS store back in the day, and that's where it just he had a movie playing at all times. So you're talking a true fan of cinema. I know he gets hate sometimes. He had the Harvey Weinstein he was associated with for a bit. He's definitely, some of his directing methods have been interesting. If you go back to Dusk Till Dawn with there's Salma Hayek. He casts Salma Hayek, and there's a scene where you know what I'm saying. Just have to watch it, okay? But I mean, he's definitely he's a talent,
Yep.
So the critic will be most likely his 5. I'm guessing if he says it's 10, he's done. Yeah. There may be. I mean, people talk about a Kill Bill Volume 3. But I just don't think it's what he wants to do. I think he wants to do one more good movie, and I think this one is going to be the most important for him too, because I think it kind of relates to the industry a little bit. But then whatever series he does, I'll watch. Honestly, it didn't even sound like he was just like strictly serious. He's like, I think he wants a different medium, so he may just go write a book.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome. To be like, to see his mind in a fiction. That'd be great too. Or it could be film. He might write a stage play. Who knows? But it's. That's the beauty of being an artist. He can go any which way he wants, Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's exciting. It's after seeing so many flops with directors over the past years, like Martin Scorsese, I wouldn't call it flop, did not do well at all.
Yeah.
Steven
flopped.
Steven Spielberg's most recent one, the only real ones that are going strong. I mean, Ridley Scott is still going. He hasn't had a big hit in a bit here, But the biggest one is James Cameron. He's still doing great things and making big money. But it's like seeing these old. I mean, it'll be fun to see when the next great who the next great director is. Oh, Trevor!
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah, Trevor.
Right here,
yeah.
Trevor.
Hopefully.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just gotta start. You just start writing.
Yeah. Just gotta start writing.
What else we got?
Final piece of news, which we already covered very briefly. Not very briefly. Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
That's the final piece I got.
Cool today. Yeah, I mean, back to Beetlejuice. It's gonna be fun.
September 6th, 2024.
Yeah. I mean, I think the lineup has turned out better than I thought it would be this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, 2025 is strong.
I think 25 is going to be strong because of the double Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
26 is also going to be strong. I think 26 is going to be the best year that we've had for movies since 2018. I think. 2019.
Well, I think the studios have realized they got to work a lot harder to get to where they were before.
Yep.
As an industry, they're down. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to go over?
Really, nothing else off the top of my mind. Want to get into what movie we may have watched this past week?
What movie one of us watched and one of us watched the first 30 minutes of? We've had some problems. Take it easy.
Yes.
We're here, though.
Yep.
So Trevor's going to give his review of Airplane this week, and I'm going to give my comments on that next week.
Yep.
And then we're going to watch something else. Mm-hmm. Airplane, though.
Airplane. I thought it was hysterical. It's the kind of humor that I really enjoy.
Yes,
it's all over the place.
All over.
And some of it is really dated.
Yes.
And not welcome in today's day and age.
Yeah.
But those jokes were really funny. All right. And
yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic movie. The humor was good. Story was good.
Yeah.
I really liked all the characters. There wasn't a character that I really didn't like. So
the way you put it to me, and first of all, after I watched the first 30 minutes of it, the only 30 minutes I've watched, I know Trevor's gonna love this.
Yes.
I was like, oh god, this and for me, I was watching, I was like, oh, it's all over the place, but it's okay, and then it just dips in. Have you seen Scrubs before?
I have not seen Scrubs.
So Scrubs, looking back now, Scrubs kind of does that too, where it's like all of a sudden you're looking or Family Guy. Family Guy. Have you seen that all?
I haven't. I don't like Family Guy.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, sometimes they bring in this film thing where you're watching. Oh, there's a little dance there, and then the dance turns into a 3-minute dance session.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bar fight with two ladies behind you, and it's it was just and it's just that could have only been a 10-second clip in the story, but they just dive into that.
Yeah.
And Family Guy's notorious for that, and Scrubs, they'll do that. They'll talk about, I wonder if this happens. And then, bam, it's going,
Yeah.
And just just hit after hit after hit after hit, and some of it was just goofy humor, some of it was just wordplay. I mean, it was a blast. What was your favorite part?
Oh, it's gonna sound really bad. But,
I assume this,
but it was definitely when our pilot, our main character, when he was telling everyone his stories about the love of his life and different things that they did.
It was.
There's 2 other scenes with it where he goes on to tell 2 other people, and they both wind up killing themselves too.
Oh my god!
Every time people kill themselves in a different way, anytime he starts to talk about his love life, and I think that's pretty funny. I also like the scene where this little girl gets an IV knocked out of her, and she starts to die while everyone's dancing and singing, and she's there in the corner of the screen.
Oh man!
Yeah, so it's great. It's really funny.
Who? Because it reminds me of a little bit. It reminds me of Blazing Saddles. Have you seen that?
No, I've not.
Have you seen Spaceballs?
I've seen.
I wouldn't say it's as far. It's a different style, but same kind of humor, sort of. But I think Airplane went way over the edge on a lot of things.
It went way over the edge in a really good way, I think. It was funny.
That's what they always say about comedies or comedians. When it's comedians, they see the line and they cross it, and then they're the ones who kind of judge, hey, I went too far, or hey, this isn't okay, you know.
Yes.
And back in the day, it was crossed all the time.
If you cross it and it hits, it's a great joke.
Yeah, but I think it's also just like it's for the times, you know. Like you know, like watching the movie now, it's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? You know, it'd be nobody would watch it because it'd be like, what are they talking about? But for the time, watching it now and knowing that it was made back then, he's like, okay, there's a different time back then, you know.
Yep.
And I think that keeps going because I mean, I'm at the age now at 38 where there's stuff that I could do at 18, 19, 20 that I couldn't do now.
Yeah.
Or say now, or even think now, or joke around now. You know, and I think it's just natural progression of stuff. But it's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's definitely a classic, and
I like what I saw so far. I'm excited to watch the rest of it.
I'm gonna show my buddies it.
Are you?
I definitely am.
So you didn't?
I loved it.
So
have
you
really
seen it?
Loved it.
So let's go a little off tangent here. Have you seen any other comedies from that era?
You know, the only other really comedies that I've seen from that era have been Eddie Murphy stuff. Eddie Murphy is my all-time favorite comedian. Okay. I've seen a bunch of his stand-up stuff. I've seen Beverly Hills Cops.
Golden Child or
twice, 3 times.
Okay.
Coming to America, of course. Okay. I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah.
I didn't like Dr. Dolittle.
Okay.
when he did that.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a time period where like this. Have you seen anything with Belushi, like Blues Brothers or Animal House?
No.
So it's a different. So I mean, that's a different territory that a lot of people. Yeah, it's kind of crosses with that Airplane a little bit, but instead of it's more jockey humor. Blues Brothers is a great movie, and there's similar things in there. I can see that Airplane. You know, Airplane. It just went a little bit wacky, and I loved it.
Yes.
As they kept on doing the running jokes, and they kept on going, and just the silliness amped up, I just loved it. I was like, this is great. When the old lady starts basically hitting on the young lady in front of him, you know, I died. I was like, well, that is hysterical, you know. So it's I'm excited to watch it, and I was excited to watch the rest of it. Yeah. You know, but that'll be next week. I'll give my final recap of it. What do you give it though? Would you watch more comedies from that era?
Oh yeah, if they're like that, if there are more comedies that are like that or structured like that, yes, I will watch those in a heartbeat.
There's a few, and Trevor made an interesting note. He said it was like watching TikTok reels.
It was like watching TikTok or Instagram, scrolling through. It's like, okay, here's a joke. Oh my god, that's a funny joke, and then you scroll on to the next one, and it's a different joke.
It felt like that.
It very much felt like that. Yeah. And it was...
How was the continuity out through all those? Did it still, like, pull and then get back in? No, it did well. Yeah. So, okay.
Like, it was really...
But that's why I was worried. I was like, oh my god, they're running all over the place. How are they going to make this into a movie?
They still go all over the place. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a scene where everyone lines up to beat up a woman, and there's this lady with a gun and a bat. But it's never seen again. Yeah. The doctor he's helping some lady give birth on the airplane, and then it's never seen again. Okay. Yeah. Like it's great. It's great. It's funny.
Yeah. No, I think that is. I think you're right. I think those types of old school comedies like that do have that certain quality where it's just joke after joke after joke, and then they just don't take themselves seriously. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. And that looked like it was filmed in 2 days. And
yeah. Well, that's good.
Do whatever they want.
We'll do reviews of a couple other older comedies like that. You know, because I mean, there's all different types. That one was definitely, I think, out there for the time. Yeah. You know, I mean, but I feel like it had that Mel Brooks type of feel. So Mel Brooks is like had the same feel but cleaner. I think Mel Brooks stuff is a little bit cleaner than Airplane was for sure. Okay. Because there's something I was like, what is going on? You know, like what? And I don't think it was that as I think those were also PG-13 too, but it still.
This movie was PG.
No, it wasn't.
Airplane is PG.
They screwed up. They
screwed up. There was a naked lady on my screen for 3 seconds at one point in time.
No, it was. I mean, that is So I mean, the first movie that actually gave them a PG-13 was Gremlins. I think Gremlins was the one that they figured, say, hey, this is not okay for 8-year-olds or whatever, you know, 7, 8-year-olds. This is something a little bit serious.
My least favorite Christmas movie. I don't like Gremlins.
I haven't seen it in a while. I know it's got a big following.
I don't like it.
No,
not one little bit.
You scared? Is he scared of those guys?
I'm a little scared.
I'm a little scared. Yeah. That happens. So. No, it's it definitely should not have been PG. Should have been R, hard R.
Yes,
the hard. It was definitely R for sure.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen all of it.
Yeah. It's funny.
There's another one called Kentucky Fried Movie.
Okay.
I don't know if it's by the same group or not.
No idea.
I'm guessing that they probably have more. I mean, if they worked together before that was success, they probably done a couple other ones. Kind of like have you heard of Broken Lizard?
No.
They did Beer Fest.
Okay.
They did Super Troopers 1 and 2. Yeah, it's that group. They're the production company. So they Airplane might have a certain other few movies.
All right.
There's also a hockey movie from back in the day called Slapshot with that's a little bit over. That's it's more of a story than a comedy, but similar type stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, honestly, see, it's hard to rank comedies. All right, with like a normal cinema rating, like for in the comedy section, I'd give it 9 out of 10.
9
in comedy section, yeah. In comedy,
wow.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean
rewatchability, 9 out of 10. But like story, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
But cinema, 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic in the comedy section.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a completely different ranking. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 overall.
On IMDb, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it at on IMDb?
No idea.
Let's see. I bet it was a 7 something. It's very popular, I know.
On IMDb, 7.7.
Wow, good for them. Yeah, no, 7.7. No, it's yeah, I think movies they got to be rated for what they are, and you can't just go into that going, oh, there wasn't cinema, the story was
exactly, yeah.
You're like, no, I went in this to laugh, and it did the job. It did the job.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a classic for a reason. So
exactly, yeah.
What
do we plan on watching next week?
Oh, I haven't thought. Have you thought of anything?
I have not thought of a single thing.
I will look something up. Let's try to do. So this one was old. Let's try to do a newer one from like mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s.
Let's do a biopic. Let's do a biopic. And if you're listening, have suggestions, we'll take them.
Yes.
Please tell us what to watch.
I
mean, the goal is to kind of watch 2 a week. Tell us what you're watching. Tell us what you love. Tell us your favorite movie.
We got, for biopics from mid 2000s, we've got Walk the Line, The Big Short, Almost Famous, Lone Survivor, The Social Network. I've heard really good things.
Social Network, I've started a few times. There's one.
A Beautiful Mind.
That's a good one.
Gladiator. I still haven't seen Gladiator. The Blind Side.
Either way, Blind Side's good. We'll find something good. There's a certain one I think I saw recently. Tropic Thunder. Another one you probably can't do now with blackface.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, but Robert Downey Jr. does blackface.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'll put it down here on the bottom of the screen, and I'll put in the description of the Spotify if you're listening on Spotify. I'll put in what we're going to watch for next week so that you guys know. We'll discuss it at some point.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in here so that
we'll
you all
get it done.
See. Yeah.
Hopefully by summertime we'll have everything rolling nice and smoothly.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. For now, we're just going to watch movies, or try to at least.
Try to.
Or at least talk about movies.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Peace out.